What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back with my Week 8 running back rankings, half-point PPR. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to beat your friends and family in fantasy football, bring home that championship. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Really helps out the algorithm, and I respond as always. All right, number one, he was number one on my list last week, Christian McCaffrey, even with that injury, Cincinnati, and he shined. Full steam ahead for Christian McCaffrey rest of the season. Travis Etienne, a guy I don't think he's got enough respect for the season he's had so far. He plays Pittsburgh this week in a good matchup. Alvin Kamara, he plays Indy. Absolutely got a ton of receiving work recently. You're playing Alvin Kamara until that changes, and he's locked and loaded as an RB1 with the type of volume he's getting recently. For Isaiah Pacheco, he plays Denver. Great matchup for him. He's getting a ton of opportunities as well. Really excited to start him in that game. 5, Jahmyr Gibbs, he plays Vegas. Gibbs is really good when he's being given the work. Obviously, we've only seen that twice, and the other time he, missed. But this last week he was awesome. Against Vegas in this matchup, I'd be excited for him. Tony Pollard plays the Rams. Hasn't been what you hope for, but Pollard should be good for fantasy football, especially in the role he's been using. And he's a very talented running back and a solid offense. The situation, play calling might not be what it is, but there's a lot of talent on that football team. 7, Bijan Robinson. I know people are going to be really worried about him with a headache injury and all that stuff, but before that, even with the workload he was getting, he was still producing for fantasy football. This isn't the best matchup, but you still play Bijan Robinson. Austin Ekeler, he plays Chicago. He hasn't been what you hope for this year, but it's a good matchup. And I do think he's nursing that high ankle sprain a little bit. 9, Breece Hall plays the Giants. Good matchup for Breece. He has been really good so far this year. The last 4 games. I am excited to roll Breece Hall out there. Rest of the season, view him basically as a top 10 locked and loaded RB. 10, Raheem Mostert plays New England. Maybe not the best matchup considering what they've been recently, but that was 1 week sample size kind of against Buffalo. But I still have confidence in Mostert moving forward. 11, Saquon Barkley, he plays the Jets, getting a ton of volume, but the Jets have a tough defense. DeAndre Swift, plays Washington. He's been phenomenal this year, rolling out DeAndre every single week. Josh Jacobs getting a ton of volume. Detroit's been stingy against running backs, so 14, Derrick Henry against Atlanta. Atlanta is not allowed a rushing touchdown to a running back this week. Look at Derrick Henry, though, to potentially do it. Jonathan Taylor. Another thing with Derrick Henry, backup quarterback, so that definitely knocks down his ceiling to me a little bit. 15, Jonathan Taylor, he plays New Orleans this week, so him just get more and more involved as the season goes on. I think he's a guy who would be a lot higher, but tough matchup against New Orleans. 16, James Cook plays Tampa Bay. Cook is, just a good back. He's been utilized in a pretty successful format for him, and especially I feel like when the offense struggles, he's still going to get utilized. It's almost when the offense is better that you have to watch out for him. 17, Gus Edwards, he plays Arizona. Good matchup for him. He's really good this last week. Kareem Hunt plays Seattle. Actually, I think I would put Kareem Hunt over Gus Edwards, so just mark that. Kareem Hunt plays Seattle. He was good last week. He is the guy now with Jerome Ford missing some time. Alexander Madison plays Green Bay. Good matchup for him. He's looked pretty solid in recent weeks. Darrell Henderson Jr. looks to be the guy for the Rams. I think he'd be much higher rated with tough matchup on the ground against Dallas. 21, Ramondre Stevenson. He plays Miami. Been utilized in the receiving game. Been splitting some more work with Zeke than you would love, though. Joe Mixon, tough matchup for him, and has been utilized a ton, just has not got done for fantasy football so far this year. Tough to see him getting it done in this matchup against San Francisco, or this being the one that you pick for him to get right, although I still do think Joe Mixon will get right at some point. Amari DiMercato plays Baltimore. Not a bad play. We saw Gibbs, show something last week, but that was mainly in garbage time. I think you can roll him out there. A lot of people are desperate. Dameon Pierce, I'm willing to give him another shot in this matchup. He's been getting a lot of volume. We saw that kind of tick down right before the bye week for them. Devin Singletary getting more involved, which does concern me, but in this matchup against Carolina being such a good matchup, I think you have to play him. I think it's now or never. If you have other good options, though, you could take a week, but I might even consider shipping him out, or maybe you think he will have a good week against Carolina, you hang on to him and then try to ship him out after that. Bijan would be a guy I would go out there and try to acquire potentially. I think there's some leagues you could buy low on him, offer, let's see who you could get. Maybe if I could turn an Isaiah Pacheco into a Bijan, if I could turn a Raheem Mostert into a Bijan, or a Saquon Barkley, even to me, turn one of those guys into a Bijan level running back. I would like to do something like that, or a Derrick Henry right now. I think those are all good opportunities for trades. All right, if you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. This has been Fantasy Joe. Thank you guys for watching.